Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we have our NBA playoff hot take reactions. In my 5.0 NBA mock draft, the National Championship Edition, I asked you guys to give me some hot takes about this upcoming NBA playoffs. I think this video will be posted during the playoffs, so just to note that. But yeah, I think there's like 6 pages of the slideshow, that I'm on. But there's like 10 or so takes. There's some pages that have 2 takes, because some of them are going to overlap, just like this one with the Pacers shocking the Bucks. But yes, first of all, make sure to like and subscribe to the video on the channel. Go into the description and enter your video idea, because most likely I'll get them done. But the first take we have is from Low Man Zan. He says that the Pacers shocked the Bucks without Giannis for 2 to 3 games. So he's predicting Giannis to miss 2 or 3 games. I don't think he's playing game 1 and game 2, probably not as well. But so maybe he's correct, and win 5. So Pacers in 5, okay. Bucks go for a major retool in the offseason, moving on from Middleton and Lopez, okay. And for CO 3-3, I don't think it's out of the question for the Pacers to make the conference finals. Both of those are very interesting. So obviously for COs to be correct, they'd have to get past the Bucks, but that also means they'd have to defeat the Knicks or the 76ers. I want to start off with the first one, shocking the Bucks in 5, but I think I want to look more into them going into a major retool in the offseason. I think if they're first round exits, I think 100% they have to move on from at least one of their starters. I'll assume more than one. I think Giannis and Dame are going to be safe for now. Giannis for sure. Dame probably a little bit more up in the air. But I'm going to assume Giannis and Dame are safe. Other than that, I could see them moving on from Lopez. I could definitely see them moving on from Middleton. I kind of like the first one. If the Pacers do end up winning in 5, the Bucks have a lot of decisions to make in this offseason. Maybe look to draft a wing or a big. I think they're at 23 right now. Could have someone like Kel'el Ware available, maybe Yves Missi, maybe even Zach Edey if you want someone like that. But I'd assume they want to address that in the free agency. I think this year free agency not the strongest, because there's a lot of player options that players can opt into. But I trust the Bucks to fill that position well. And I do agree, if they do lose this series in 5 games, maybe even in 7 games, they're going to look to, shovel some pieces around and go into a retool this offseason. And for COs, you don't think it's out of the question for them to make the conference finals. If they do beat the Bucks, which I think there's a great possibility, Giannis is out, so there's that. Not out for the whole series, but for the first couple of games, I'm assuming. But he also has them either beating the Knicks or the 76ers. Honestly, this is not that crazy. I think right now the Pacers and the Knicks, as much as people want to, love on the Knicks this season, they've had a great season, one of their best seasons in recent memory. But the Pacers are not that far away from what the Knicks have been able to do. I think, honestly, the Pacers, they're a duo right now in Tyrese Haliburton and Pascal Siakam. If they're able to perform, their best in the playoffs, I think 100% they could beat out the Knicks. Obviously, the Pascal Siakam assignment would go to maybe Josh Hart, OG Anunoby probably most likely. But the point guard battle between Tyrese Haliburton and Jalen Brunson would be fun. I think if they get out of the first round, there's a great chance to make the conference finals. I like both of these takes for sure. Next up we have is the Knicks again. It's going to be a top 2 seed in either conference will lose in 6 games or less. I think this is definitely for sure. I think this can happen. For the Knicks, they do play the 76ers, and the 2 seed in the West is the Nuggets. They play the Lakers. 1 seed in the West is the Thunder. They play the Pelicans. And 1 seed in the East is the Celtics. They play the Heat. So let's just go down the list a little bit. I think the Celtics, there's no shot they lose to the Heat. That's just going to be my opinion. On the Western side of things, the Thunder, honestly, if Pelicans can get Zion back during the series, I think the Pelicans can get that done. But I think the one most people are looking at most is going to be the Knicks and the 76ers because of the Joel Embiid injury. The 76ers fell off the standings in midseason because Embiid was out for basically the rest of the season. Now he's back, and he's been playing pretty well. Has been banged up recently, though, so there's some injury concerns there. But I think if Embiid wants to take over the series, he can. I'm going to assume that Tom Thibodeau is going to throw a lot of bodies at Embiid. They have Precious Achiuwa. They have Mitchell Robinson. Obviously, they have Isaiah Hartenstein. So they have a lot of fouls to give, reasonably. They have a lot of fouls to give up because they have good big depth. Jericho Sims could probably come in and get some fouls as well if they need him to. But having 4 centers who go out there and get 4 fouls a game, obviously not that much because they're not going to get 16 fouls against Embiid in general. But he has a lot of bodies to throw out there. So I think the Knicks do have a solid game plan to beat the 76ers team in the first series. But it's hard to bet against the best player in the series, and that is easily Joel Embiid. This take in general, honestly, I like it because I think there's an amazing chance either the Thunder, the Knicks, maybe even the Nuggets lose in the first round. But if I had to bet on it, I wouldn't say any of them do. I think the Knicks do get past the 76ers. In my prediction video, I had them getting past them in 6. Next up we have is the 76ers. The first one, Jay of the Jungle, saying, as a Sixers fan, it would have to be that this is the year. Maybe if Joel can get and remain close to healthy, this is their best shot since the shot in Toronto. But the Knicks and Celtics are going to be tough outs. And then Robert Fulton, because Fulton's most likely last name, says that the Sixers can win the finals. To end the season, the Sixers were okay. Obviously, like I mentioned before, Joel Embiid got hurt at the end of the season as well after coming back from his initial injury. The Sixers can win the finals. I just don't really see it at all. One-on-one, if hypothetically if the Sixers do get to the finals and they have to play against the Nuggets, they've been playing pretty well against the Nuggets. And then Joel Embiid versus Nikola Jokic era. A 7-game series would be interesting though, but before then they have to get past the Boston Celtics, assuming that they don't lose in the first or second round. That is definitely a hot take. Both of these are definitely hot takes. Both about Sixers getting finals runs. Embiid's just going to have to be full health. Because if he's not full health and it's looking like he's not, I don't know if this team can get past I don't think they'll be able to get past the conference finals. Because I think I could see them definitely beating New York. Maybe beating the Pacers and the Bucks. But getting past Boston is going to be tough. But Boston always finds a way to not get it done. So maybe they're right. Me, though, I'll probably stay away from this take. I like it, though. So next up we have is Jamie Price just saying the Lakers. I think that just means he thinks the Lakers will go to the finals. My initial thought about that is no. I doubt they get past the Nuggets in round 1. AD has been talking about how they wanted this matchup. I think you definitely wanted the Thunder. I think if they played the Thunder in round 1, I would have the Lakers beating the Thunder and advancing to round 2. But it's just so hard to defeat Nikola Jokic, especially after what happened last season. It's going to be way too hard for me to see the Lakers, let alone get to the finals, even beat the Denver Nuggets in round 1. So this take, I'm not really so sure about that. Next up, we have 2 Mavericks won. First one is Mavs makes Western Conference Finals. Second one is don't know if you're still interested in hot takes, but Luka averages a 40-point triple-double in the playoffs. So first off, I think I'll start with the Luka Doncic one. Honestly, I don't hate it. Right now, when you look at this Clippers lineup in general, who is going to be the Luka Doncic stopper? I'm going to assume they're going to throw a couple bodies at him. Maybe Russell Westbrook at times. Probably going to be Kawhi Leonard at times. Probably going to be Paul George at times. But we've seen Luka Doncic get guarded by the best players or the best defenders in the league. Just in recent memory, thinking back to a couple years ago, this Suns series, they threw Mikal Bridges at them, and he ate him up for breakfast. So it wasn't really a shot. Luka Doncic is arguably the most unguardable player in the league. So him having a 40-point triple-double average this playoffs is not crazy at all. He can do that. In my opinion, he should have a real shot at the MVP. Most people will give it to Jokic, but Luka Doncic is unguardable. It'll be interesting to see who the Clippers initially put on him. But if Kawhi Leonard might be injured, it's going to have to be Paul George. And Luka versus Paul George matchup, I'm going to take Luka every single day of the week. And the other one is Mavs makes Western Conference Finals. My personal take for this is that whoever wins the Clippers-Mavericks matchup in the first round, I had the Clippers in 7 in my predictions, will end up going to the conference finals, whether that's going to be against the Pelicans or Thunder in round 2. I think they beat, or either team will beat either of them. That's just my opinion, though. I think that the veteran leadership of both the Mavericks and the Clippers is gonna, trump the young stars out of Oklahoma City, also the young coach as well, compared to Jason Kidd. But yeah, that's just my take. Whoever wins the Mavericks-Clippers series will advance to the conference finals. So that's it for the hot takes today. I like this a lot. I think I'm gonna do this again, maybe for the NFL. Probably not for the draft, but overall, maybe next NFL season. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you next time. Peace.